everyone to Now You're Cooking at the Athol Library. Today we're making a fresh summer salad with fresh summer salad dressing. So this recipe I got from a friend who got it from Nordstrom's. The old Nordstroms where they used to, in some stores, they had little eatery areas and they used to serve this as salad dressing, and it's Nordstrom's lime cilantro salad dressing. So it has cilantro, lime juice, and these other ingredients. And you can make it in a blender, or I brought the Cuisinart today, and you just puree it all together. So it calls for cilantro, of course, and I have started that. I'm going to add this in here. It calls for a cup, and I always make more because you make it and then you put it in a jar and put it in your refrigerator, and you can have it for several salads. So here's cilantro we got from the store. Excuse me. And this cilantro I had in my garden, and I started this cilantro last September. And I didn't know this, but I thought, well, the September, it germinated in September and it started to grow, and then it got cold, and I thought, well, there went that. We wouldn't get any cilantro for last year. And if you plant it in like August, that gives it time enough to grow, and then you can get cilantro in the late summer because it doesn't like heat. So you can plant it in the spring and then again in August. Don't wait till September. But one thing I learned is it started growing last September. It got cold. Everything went to bed for the winter, and then this spring it started growing again. So we had fresh cilantro, beautiful cilantro this spring. So it overwintered in the bed. So what happens is that cilantro is an annual, and it completes its life cycle in less than a year. So it grows, you get the leaves, and then it puts up a stalk. And then the leaves along that stalk look different. They're finer. The stems are fine, but this whole thing is full of flavor. So once your cilantro starts bolting, don't just assume it's done. Harvest it and use these small leaves too. Put them in, stems and all. And it does bolt when it gets hot. And then again, you just plant it later in the summer for a late summer crop. So I'm going to add some of that because I wanted to show you the leaves of cilantro that has started to flower, and then tell you about its life cycle. So there you have it. So cilantro, and then it has like a tablespoon of honey. So I went kind of overboard with the cilantro, so I'm going to do more than a tablespoon of honey. And I put this on top. If you put this honey in first, and then you go to chop it all or puree it all, it tends to stick to the bottom. So I put it on top of the cilantro so it mixes in better. And then chipotle chilies in adobo sauce. You can find these in the Mexican food section in any grocery store, pretty much. And this is a huge can. Don't get a huge can because you'll have them forever. And you open that up, and all we need is one. So one chipotle chili in adobo, and you put that on top. I'm going to add a little sauce too. And what I do when I do get a can, because that's really the only way you can purchase them, I'll get baggies and put a chipotle chili in each baggie and then freeze them. And then when you want to make this again, you pull them out of the freezer, let it thaw, and voila, you don't have to buy a whole nother can and waste the whole thing. And then 2 cloves garlic, and I got those out, peeled them, and just chopped them in bigger pieces. Those go in. And the lime juice, I started squeezing that, and I have one more to squeeze, and I use this handy squeezer, citrus squeezer, citrus juicer, I should say, is what it is. So there goes that. And this is a 1/3 cup lime juice, fresh lime juice. And you add that in. And then a 1/3 cup rice vinegar. There. Okay. Put this over here. Okay. And then you get this ready to go. And this one has the hole in the top because we're going to add the olive oil after I've pureed it a bit to, it's called emulsify the oil. And that just incorporates it in with the ingredients and gives it some air. So, here's everything in there. I'm going to pulse it for a while. Okay. Now looks pretty good. And now I'm going to turn it on. I think I better put this over there first. On. So it gets, and then add the oil. Add the oil. And I put about a 1/2 cup at the most, a 1/3 to a 1/2 cup. And there we have it. Like I said, I just get a jar and put it in that. Smells really good. And of course not everybody loves cilantro, but those of us that do love it. And those that don't really dislike it, so. Make sure that all your guests, ask them ahead of time, do you like cilantro? And then, of course, if they don't make this. And then I'm going to take this out. Again, you can do this in a blender. And then there we go. Okay. That is all there is to it, and then I'm going to clean this up a bit, and we're going to toss a salad with the dressing, and then we're going to have Debbie come in and taste it. So we'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to make the salad that goes with the Nordstrom lime cilantro salad dressing. And the original recipe calls for just arugula with the dressing, and then you can add chicken, you can add corn, garbanzo beans, pretty much anything that you can think of. And another ingredient that's a necessity in this salad are pepitas or pumpkin seeds. So, but I like to use some butter lettuce, not totally all arugula. So I add some butter lettuce like this. And then arugula. I started arugula this spring in our garden, and I've been plucking off leaves all spring, and it's starting to bolt, which means these leaves are older and they are kind of hot and spicy. So, warning to those of you who aren't into hot spicy, but if these are, you get them at the grocery store, sometimes they're just flavorless, other times they're good, but you can always have dependable, delicious arugula in your garden. It's easy to grow, but again, it does get hotter later in the season with the heat. You can grow this like cilantro and plant more of it in August so that you have some more in late summer. I like to add tomato. So, God, I can't wait till we have our own tomatoes from our garden. This one's like cutting an apple right now. Disappointing. So I'm gonna just cut half a tomato. I'm gonna pull this over and. All right, so let me move this stuff over here. And this over here. And I like salt. I won't go overboard, but you definitely want salt. You could even add salt to the dressing when you're making it. And then pepper is good, but I'm not gonna put pepper in because of the chipotle chili has the potential to be hot. And then this arugula is on the hot side. And then the pepitas, get a sprinkling of those and the dressing, and just add a little bit. And I'm gonna toss this up and dish it up, and then Debbie is going to come over and hopefully she likes it. Okay, here we are with our salad, and this is Debbie. And I didn't know this, but Debbie is not a spicy food person. So this is going to be, and I told her, she said, I'll just act like it's not too spicy. And I said, no, just be yourself. And so she is going to react in real time, and she will give us all an idea of what a person that is not a spicy food person does when they try this recipe.
Yes. Don't worry, spicy food doesn't kill me. It just I'm not a fan favorite of spicy food. Like, I don't like hot things. Okay. Like the arugula was a little too hot for me. This is a little too spicy for me. It is. But you have to remember, I don't even pepper my food. So,
okay,
I'm not a spicy food person. It is very good though. It tastes really good. It's just the kick is a little too much for me.
Well, that chipotle chili is hot. The arugula, both these two thought it was hot. Anyway, I think it's perfect. But now you know it's not for everybody. Even if they like cilantro, they may not like this because it's got some kick to it. Well, thank you, Debbie,
You're welcome.
for being a guest.
There might be a way to mild it down a little bit for maybe the mild tasters.
Nope.
No? Okay.
No, because
Sorry.
the recipe, that chipotle chili is key to the flavor.
I got it. Okay.
So this
All right.
is it, folks.
I got a little kick. I mean, there's some spice to it. There's some kick to it. So if you like that, this is the salad for you. My husband would love this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks everyone, and we'll have the recipe here for you. Bye.